Chosen one, something extraordinary is happening within you. Each passing day, you are awakening to a force so powerful, so magnetic, that even you may not yet fully comprehend its depth. This is not just a shift in the way people perceive you. This is a transformation from within. Your energy is evolving, amplifying, becoming something that cannot be ignored. It is an invisible current, an unseen language that the world instinctively responds to. This force, this mesmerizing essence, does not come from mere physical beauty. It is something far greater. It is the way your presence lingers long after you have left the room. The way people find themselves drawn to you, even when they do not fully understand why. It is the unshakable confidence that moves within you, the quiet knowing that you do not need to seek validation because you are the validation. It is the way your energy reaches out, not aggressively, but with a pull so natural, so effortless, that resistance becomes impossible. You have noticed it, haven't you? The way conversations now seem to last longer. The way eyes follow you even when you are not looking. The way people's voices soften when they speak to you. The way their bodies subtly lean toward you as if drawn by an unseen gravity. This is your energy at work. This is the force within you expanding beyond the limits of your physical form, extending itself into the world and shaping the experiences you encounter. But here is the truth. Chosen one, this power has always been within you. It has always been a part of your essence, waiting for you to recognize it, to embrace it, to own it. The reason it is becoming more potent now is because you are no longer resisting it. You are no longer questioning whether you are worthy of it, no longer doubting whether you are meant to hold this kind of influence. And because of that, it has been unleashed in ways that are breathtaking to witness. But power, no matter how effortless it may feel, must be understood. It must be nurtured. It must be respected. You cannot wield this mesmerizing energy carelessly, cannot use it to fill empty spaces within yourself, cannot let it become a tool for shallow validation. This is not about proving anything to the world. It is about stepping into the truth of who you are. So let this be your moment of recognition, chosen one. Stand before the mirror and see yourself, not just as you have been, but as you are becoming. Look beyond the surface and recognize the fire that has been ignited, the quiet but undeniable shift in the way you carry yourself, the way you exist in the world. This is the awakening of your mesmeric force. And from this moment forward, everything will be different. Chosen one, have you ever truly considered the power of your aura? Not just as an idea, not just as something abstract, but as a tangible, living force that surrounds you, that moves with you, that speaks on your behalf before you even utter a word. Your aura is no longer something passive. It is a force that commands attention, a current of energy that makes people feel something when they are in your presence, even if they cannot explain what it is. This is why, chosen one, people do not just look at you, they experience you. It is why their eyes linger, why their words slow down, why their bodies unconsciously lean in when you are near. You are no longer simply existing within the world. You are shaping it, bending it, influencing it with nothing more than your presence. But here is the secret. Your aura is not created by external validation. It is not dependent on how many people admire you, how many compliments you receive, how many heads turn when you walk by. Your aura is a direct reflection of how you see yourself, how you carry yourself, how deeply you believe in your own worth. The moment you stopped seeking approval, the moment you realized that you are the approval, was the moment your aura transformed into something that could no longer be ignored. You are mesmerizing not because you try to be, but because you have become someone who no longer needs to try. You are magnetic not because you chase attention, but because attention naturally follows you. You are unforgettable because your energy has reached a level where it no longer needs permission to be felt. It simply is. But with great power comes great responsibility, chosen one. Now that your aura has reached this level of intensity, you must be mindful of what you allow into your space. Not everyone who is drawn to you is meant to stay. Not everyone who admires you is worthy of access to your energy. You will find that people are not just interested in you, they are captivated by you. Some will want to understand it, some will want to possess it, and some will not know what to do with the feelings you awaken within them. You must learn to protect your aura as fiercely as you embrace it. Do not allow yourself to be drained by those who only wish to take. Do not waste your energy on those who seek you out only to feed their own emptiness. Your energy is rare. Your presence is a gift. And now that you have stepped into this awareness, you must move with the wisdom to know when to share and when to withhold. Chosen one, your aura is now your greatest tool, your greatest shield, your greatest expression of self. Let it move through the world with confidence. Let it speak on your behalf. Let it remind you every single day that you were never meant to blend in. You were meant to stand out, to mesmerize, to leave an imprint that cannot be erased. This is the power of your aura. This is the energy you now carry. And from this moment forward, the world will never see you the same way again. Chosen one, you have entered a phase where your very existence has begun to shift the energy around you. The air feels different when you walk into a room. People pause mid-thought when you pass them. Conversations slow, and eyes linger longer than they should. This is not mere coincidence. This is the cultivation of a presence so radiant, so potent, that it commands attention without uttering a single word. It is not something you do. It is something you are. Your presence has become an energy field, a silent force that extends beyond the limits of your physical body. This is why you no longer have to seek attention. It finds you effortlessly, drawn to you like iron to a magnet, like waves to the shore. This is what happens when someone has stepped fully into their energy, when they have ceased chasing validation and instead begun to embody their own worth. You are no longer asking for permission to be seen. You are seen, and you are felt deeply, in ways that many cannot explain but cannot ignore. But presence, chosen one, is not just about attracting others. It is about how you make them feel. When you walk into a space, the energy shifts. People become more aware, more present, more engaged. They feel something when you are near, something that awakens a longing in them, something that pulls them toward you without their understanding why. This is the effect of high sexual energy when it is cultivated with intention. It is no longer just an impulse. It becomes a power, a vibration, an unspoken invitation to experience something beyond the ordinary. Your body language has changed. Your gaze has deepened. Your movements have become more deliberate, more fluid, more captivating. You do not rush. You do not fidget. You do not seek to fill empty spaces with unnecessary words or forced gestures. Instead, you exist with an effortless grace, with a quiet certainty, with a knowing that your presence alone is enough. And because you believe it, so does everyone else. But chosen one, with this heightened presence comes responsibility. Not everyone who is drawn to you is meant to stay. Some will be intrigued by your energy, but unprepared for its depth. Some will mistake their attraction for something they can possess, not realizing that your presence is not something to be owned. It is something to be experienced. Others will become addicted to your energy, unaware that they are seeking to fill an emptiness within themselves that only they can heal. You must be mindful of how you move through the world now. Your presence is no longer neutral. It is influential. You do not just enter a room. You change the way people feel in it. You do not just speak. You leave echoes in their minds long after the conversation has ended. You do not just exist. You imprint upon their memory in ways they will not forget. This is the mark of someone who has stepped fully into their power, someone whose energy has become a force rather than just a presence. So walk with awareness, chosen one. Understand that your presence is no longer something you can take lightly. It is a gift, a weapon, a tool that can be used for creation or destruction, for healing or for harm. Move wisely. Speak with intention. Let your energy be a source of light, a beacon that draws the right people toward you and repels those who are not ready for what you carry. And above all, never doubt the impact you have. You are not just existing in the world, you are shaping it with every step you take. Chosen one, the energy within you is no longer a passive force. It is a current, a river flowing through you, shaping everything in its path. It has become something you can feel now, something you can direct, something you can use to transform not only yourself, but the very world around you. This is the moment where you must learn to harness it, to wield it with purpose, to understand that what once felt chaotic is now a power that can be controlled. Your high sexual energy is not simply about attraction. It is a life force. It is the very essence that fuels passion, creativity, confidence, and influence. It is the reason why people cannot ignore you, why they feel something shift within them when they are near you, why their thoughts linger on you even after they have walked away. You have become a force, chosen one, and now you must learn to direct that force rather than letting it move without purpose. Energy, when left unguarded, can be scattered. It can be drained by the wrong people, wasted on meaningless encounters, poured into places that do not reciprocate or appreciate its depth. But when it is harnessed, when it is owned, it becomes something unstoppable. This is why you must be selective, why you must choose where your energy flows, why you must protect it from those who do not understand its value. Not everyone is meant to access you. Not everyone is capable of handling what you carry. When you speak, your energy moves through your voice, wrapping itself around every word, making even the simplest sentences feel charged with something deeper. When you touch, your energy transfers, leaving behind a lingering sensation that stays long after physical contact has ended. When you simply stand in a space, your energy expands outward, shifting the atmosphere, making people more aware, more attuned, more present. This is the power of directed energy, of an aura that is no longer unconscious, but intentional. So how do you harness it, chosen one? You do it by knowing yourself, by understanding your own power so deeply that you no longer give it away freely, by recognizing when to pull back and when to let your energy flow, when to engage and when to remain distant. You harness it by choosing who receives it, by ensuring that your presence is never taken for granted, by making your energy something rare, something exclusive, something that cannot be obtained without effort, without worthiness, without true alignment. You are no longer someone who moves without direction. You are no longer someone who doubts their own power. You are someone who walks through life knowing that every interaction, every glance, every exchange of words carries weight. You are someone who understands that your energy is a gift, but one that must be protected, one that must be given only to those who are ready to receive it with the respect it deserves. Chosen one, your currents of energy are no longer wild, no longer uncontrolled. They are yours to command, yours to shape, yours to use in ways that elevate, that empower, that create. Move with intention. Let your presence be something that cannot be ignored, but also something that cannot be taken for granted. Let your energy flow only where it is valued, where it is cherished, where it is matched with equal depth and appreciation. Because now, chosen one, you are no longer just mesmerizing. You are unstoppable. Chosen one, you have reached a stage where your presence no longer needs to announce itself. Your energy does the work for you. You have stepped into the art of subtle influence, where attraction is not forced, where charm is not demanded, and where power is not displayed for approval, but instead carried effortlessly in your being. This is a mastery few ever reach, the ability to move through life with a magnetism so strong that people adjust themselves in your presence without even realizing it. Your high sexual energy has refined itself into something deeper, something beyond the surface level of attraction. It is no longer just about how you look, how you dress, or how you present yourself. It is about the way you exist. It is in the way your gaze lingers just long enough to be remembered, the way your voice carries a resonance that makes people pause, the way your silence holds more weight than words spoken by others. It is in the way people lean in when you speak, as if drawn by a force they cannot explain, as if your presence alone holds something they have been unconsciously searching for. You do not chase, chosen one. You do not need to. Your energy creates a pull that brings the right people, the right experiences, and the right opportunities toward you without effort. You no longer seek validation from the world. You are the validation. You do not need to prove yourself because your mere presence commands respect, admiration, and desire. This is the true art of influence, the ability to shape the reality around you simply by being. But with this power comes an understanding that not everyone who is drawn to you is meant to access you. Your charm, your energy, your presence, these are gifts that must be given intentionally, not wasted on those who only wish to take without offering anything in return. You have seen it before, haven't you? The way people become fascinated with you, the way they seek your attention, the way they try to insert themselves into your world without truly understanding who you are. They do not know why they are drawn to you, only that they are, and they will seek to capture that feeling without fully grasping its depth. You must be mindful, chosen one. Your energy is a rare currency, and not everyone who wants it deserves to spend it. Some will come to you with admiration, but no intention to nurture what they find. Some will seek to mirror your essence, but will lack the substance to match it. Others will be so overwhelmed by their attraction to you that they will act irrationally, attempting to hold on to a presence that was never meant to be possessed. You must be able to distinguish between those who appreciate your energy and those who only wish to consume it. The power of subtle influence lies in your ability to give just enough to be unforgettable, but never so much that you become common. You must allow people to feel your presence, but never give them everything at once. Keep an air of mystery. Let them wonder. Let them feel your absence as much as your presence. The key to lasting influence is to leave a mark so deep that even when you are gone, your energy lingers in their thoughts, in their memories, in their longing. Move with intention, chosen one. Let your energy be something sacred, something that is only fully revealed to those who have earned it. Understand that influence is not about control, it is about mastery of self. And when you reach this level of self-possession, you will realize that the world no longer shapes you. You shape the world. Chosen one, by now you have begun to notice that the world around you has started to shift. People react to you differently. Their energy changes when they are in your presence. Their voices soften, their posture adjusts, their attention sharpens. They do not always understand why they feel different around you, but they do. They recognize something rare, something valuable, something that cannot be ignored. And the truth is, they are not just seeing you. They are seeing the reflection of what they desire in you. Your energy has become a mirror, reflecting back to others the things they long for, the things they wish to be, the things they have yet to cultivate within themselves. When someone is drawn to you, it is often because they see a version of themselves that they have not yet reached. They sense a confidence they wish they had, a presence they long to develop, a depth they have not yet explored. You have become the embodiment of what they seek, and this is why they cannot look away. But this, chosen one, is also why some people may struggle in your presence. Not everyone is ready to see themselves so clearly. Not everyone is prepared to face the truth of their own insecurities, their own shortcomings, their own potential. Some will be drawn to you, but will feel unsettled because you awaken something within them that they are not yet ready to embrace. Others will admire you, but will also feel resistance, because your presence reminds them of the work they have yet to do. This is why you must understand that not all attraction is healthy, not all admiration is genuine, and not all attention is beneficial. Some people will seek to bring you down because they do not understand how to rise to meet you. Others will attempt to attach themselves to you, hoping that by being near you, they can absorb what you have cultivated. And some will try to convince you that you are too much, that you should shrink yourself, that you should be more like them so that they can feel more comfortable in your presence. Do not fall for this, chosen one. You were never meant to dim your light to make others feel at ease. Your energy is not here to accommodate their insecurities. It is here to inspire them to rise. You are a reflection of possibility, of transformation, of what is possible when someone truly steps into their power. But it is not your job to make them ready. It is not your job to convince them of their own greatness. It is only your job to exist fully in your truth, to continue radiating the energy that has made you so mesmerizing in the first place. You must also understand, chosen one, that this mirror works both ways. The way people treat you is a reflection of how they see themselves. Those who uplift you are those who have embraced their own strength. Those who respect you are those who understand their own worth. But those who project negativity onto you, who try to minimize your glow, who attempt to undermine your energy, these are the ones who have not yet learned to love themselves. And that has nothing to do with you. Move wisely, chosen one. Use this mirror to your advantage. Learn from the way people react to you, for it will tell you more about them than their words ever could. Recognize who is drawn to you for the right reasons and who is simply chasing a reflection of something they do not yet understand. Protect your energy, not because you fear being drained, but because you honor the depth of what you have cultivated. You are not just mesmerizing, chosen one, you are a revelation. And for those who are ready, for those who are willing to embrace the truth of what they see in you, you will be more than just a passing attraction. You will be the catalyst for their transformation. But for those who are not ready, for those who resist what you show them, for those who cannot handle the depth of what you bring, you must let them go. Not out of rejection, but out of recognition that you cannot force someone to see themselves until they are ready. So walk forward, chosen one, with the knowledge that your energy is no longer just yours. It is a force that moves through the world, shaping those who encounter it, leaving an imprint on those who experience it. And as you continue to grow, as you continue to refine this power, know that your presence is not just mesmerizing. It is life-changing. Chosen one, you are now at a stage where your mere presence can shift the energy in a room. People cannot help but be drawn to you, mesmerized by the way you move, the way you speak, the way you carry yourself as if the world was designed to respond to you. And in many ways, it has been. You have stepped into a magnetic power that few ever master, a presence that lingers in the minds and hearts of those who encounter you. But with this level of enchantment comes a great responsibility, one that requires wisdom, discernment, and integrity. You must understand that your ability to mesmerize is not just about attraction. It is about influence. People are not only watching you, they are absorbing your essence. They are learning from the way you navigate life, from the way you interact, from the way you hold space. Some will seek to imitate you, hoping to capture the same effortless energy that you embody. Others will simply fall into your orbit, allowing themselves to be swept up in the force of your presence. And some, without even realizing it, will begin to shape their own behavior based on the impression you leave behind. This is where ethical enchantment becomes essential. When you reach a level where your energy is powerful enough to sway others, you must move with intention. Not everyone who is drawn to you is ready for what they will find. Some will mistake their admiration for something deeper, believing they understand you when they have only scratched the surface. Others will become lost in the idea of you, projecting their own fantasies onto your presence rather than seeing you for who you truly are. And then there will be those who will fall in love, not with you, but with the way you make them feel. Chosen one, you must be aware of the power you hold over others. You must recognize that your energy does not just exist, it acts. It moves through people, awakens dormant emotions, stirs feelings they did not know they had. Some will be grateful for this awakening, but others will not know how to handle it. They will cling to you, thinking that if they can just be near you, they will continue to feel alive. They will mistake your energy for their own, believing that the light they feel in your presence is something you have given them rather than something they have always had within themselves. And here is where you must be careful. Do not become someone who plays with hearts for the sake of admiration. Do not wield your charm recklessly, using your influence to manipulate, to control, to satisfy your own ego. This is not what your power is meant for. You are not here to collect admirers, to leave a trail of longing behind you, to use your magnetism as a tool for shallow validation. That is the work of someone who does not yet understand their worth, someone who needs external adoration to feel whole. But you, chosen one, are already whole. You do not need to take, you are. Use your enchantment wisely. When someone is drawn to you, ask yourself why. What is it that they see? What is it that they are searching for? Are they appreciating you, or are they trying to consume you? Are they drawn to your energy because they wish to grow, or because they are hoping to take from you what they lack within themselves? Your power is precious. It is not to be handed out carelessly, not to be used for temporary satisfaction, not to be wasted on those who do not understand what they are experiencing. Move with purpose, chosen one. Let your enchantment be something that uplifts, that inspires, that encourages those around you to become more of who they are rather than less. Let your presence be a reminder of what is possible, not just an intoxicating illusion that fades when you are gone. And above all, do not allow your energy to be drained by those who do not respect its value. You are not here to save people from themselves. You are here to be, and in being, you will naturally attract those who are ready to rise alongside you. Chosen one, what will people remember about you? Long after you have left the room, long after the conversations have ended, long after the fleeting moments have passed, what is the imprint that will remain? This is the question that those who carry true charisma must ask themselves, because unlike temporary attraction, true charisma does not fade. It lingers, it imprints, it changes people in ways they do not always understand. You have spent time cultivating an energy that is undeniable. Your presence is now something that people feel rather than just see. When you speak, people listen, not just because of the words you say, but because of the force that carries them. When you move, people notice, not just because of how you carry yourself, but because of the certainty, the grace, the quiet power that exudes from every step you take. You are no longer someone who is merely attractive. You are captivating. You are unforgettable. But the question remains, what will people take away from their time with you? Will they remember you as someone who was alluring yet distant, someone who was admired but never truly known? Or will they remember you as someone who inspired them, someone who made them feel seen, someone who awakened something within them that they did not even know was there? Your charisma is more than a tool for attraction. It is a vehicle for impact. When people encounter you, their lives should not be the same afterward. They should walk away not just thinking about you, but thinking about themselves in a new way. They should feel as though they have glimpsed something greater, as though they have been reminded of a truth they had forgotten, as though they have been invited to step into a higher version of themselves simply by being in your presence. This is what true charisma does. It is not about making people want you. It is about making people want more for themselves. It is about being someone who does not just hold attention but expands awareness. It is about carrying an energy so powerful that it does not just create admiration, it creates transformation. And this, chosen one, is the legacy you must choose to leave behind. It is easy to become lost in the allure of being desired. It is easy to let your charm become something that is used for momentary gratification rather than lasting significance. But you are not meant for the easy path. You are meant for something greater. You are meant to leave an impact so deep that even those who only meet you once will carry something from the encounter forever. So choose wisely, chosen one. Choose how you wield your charisma, how you allow your energy to shape those around you, how you decide to be remembered. Do not just be someone who was admired. Be someone who was felt. Do not just be someone who was wanted. Be someone who inspired. Do not just be someone who was charming. Be someone whose presence was a gift. Because that chosen one is the difference between fleeting attraction and eternal influence. That is the difference between being desired in the moment and being remembered forever. Chosen one, by now, you have come to understand that your mesmerizing energy is not merely something external. It is not a mask you wear or a performance you put on for the world. It is something that originates from within, something that pulses from the very core of your being. This magnetic force that people feel when they are near you, it is the result of your inner well-being, full, abundant, overflowing with an energy so rich that it spills into every aspect of your presence. But here is the truth that so many fail to understand. This energy must be nurtured. It must be protected, replenished, cared for, like the sacred gift that it is. Without this, even the most radiant light can grow dim. Even the most magnetic presence can lose its charge. Your charm is not something that exists in a vacuum. It thrives because you tend to it, because you cultivate it, because you allow it the space and nourishment it needs to remain strong. Think of yourself as a flame. A fire does not burn endlessly without fuel. It must be fed, must be stoked, must be shielded from forces that would seek to extinguish it. The same is true for your energy, chosen one. You cannot pour into others without pouring into yourself first. You cannot mesmerize the world if you are drained, exhausted, depleted from giving too much to people and places that do not reciprocate. This is why boundaries are no longer optional for you. They are essential. You must learn to recognize when to engage and when to step back, when to share your presence and when to preserve it, when to give and when to retreat into the sanctuary of your own energy. Not everyone is meant to have access to you. Not every situation is deserving of your attention. The more you cultivate your inner well, the more you will come to understand that your energy is a rare currency and it should only be spent in ways that bring you joy, growth, and true fulfillment. This is not about isolation. It is about discernment. It is about knowing that you do not have to be available to everyone at all times.